Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of StarCraft Inc. Today, I am donating this time to the viewers. I have a bunch of emails in my inbox of just user-submitted replays, and I want to dive into them. And first of all, we have Zergrush, who is the user submitter. He is the red? Is this red? Red. It might even be purple. I think it's red. This is the red Zerg in the bottom left. This is Shattered Temple. His opponent will be Steam Machine as the blue Terran. And this is a well, actually, I'm not going to tell you that. I was about to give away a spoiler, but I'm not going to do that. I actually haven't watched the game yet, but it was in regards to the length of the replay. But anyway, on to the game, ladies and gentlemen. We see Steam Machine going into a 2-rack sort of build with double gas, so I'm not sure what that's going to mean. Heavy tech labs, I can only assume, but we don't see one started yet. And just going into the marine production. And over on the Zerg side, we have double gas as well with Banelings and a fast expand. And a good overlord placement from our user submitter Zergrush. You know, scouting the expos. He's got one in the natural, so he knows when the expansion goes down from Steam Machine. And like I said, there's the 2 tech labs. So we are seeing heavy tech play on these on this bio sort of structure. And just one reactor, which this is pretty standard. Two tech labs and 1 reactor. We have a starport coming down, and now a factory, which it's a lot for not having an expo, but it's a good play to use to transition into an expo. So we just saw Zergrush poke the front door and really get a good look at what's sitting here. He knows that there's a lot of bio. It's my understanding that these two met each other on the ladder already, just because at the beginning of the game they were saying it was well played, though, and I don't know what that means exactly, but that's what I thought. That's what I got from that. Now, our Zerg player doesn't really have a lot of stuff. This is definitely not enough to take on this much bio. The Banelings will smash into the Marines and kill most of that, but this is a lot of Marauders currently. So we do see Medivacs on the way for the Terran player as well. And good timing on the layer tech. We've already got layer tech. Although it is 10 minutes in the game, that's not too early, but it's decent. It's decent. And just kind of standing out in the middle of the map. Not a lot going on. And with the user submitted replays, guys, if you are the submitter of the replay, don't be offended if I fast forward. But I mean, you got to admit, in lower level play, there's not the constant drops and constant poking and prodding that there is in a pro level game. So a longer game tends to be a lot of standing still. So now we see the Terran player pushing out. These overlords are free for the picking. Banelings are still morphing on the ramp, and the other Banelings are caught behind them. This is not a good engagement for Zergrush, but the Banelings do smash into the Marines once they finish, and these Lings combined with 1 leftover Baneling will try to engage the Marauders, but like I said, there were a lot of Marauders there. However, when that Terran player did engage, the Zerg player did manage to pull out a few more units than he did when I was talking about the situation, but now there are 4 Marauders here as well as Medivacs. These Queens are going to go down. Zergrush really needs to micro them back, or this will be bad news for him. Lings are popping into the hatchery, and those should be able to clean up the Marauders, as they do not do much damage against the light unit. And the light unit, picking up in the Medivac. Good reaction from Steam Machine, saving his Marauders. And guys, keep that in mind. That is always an option for you when you have bio. Unless, of course, there's some sort of anti-air. It might not be a good decision because you could lose all your units in that Medivac. But for now, we do see Steam Machine taking his expansion. Did I see Infestors? I thought I saw an Infestor queued up. Q? I don't know how to say that word. Everybody makes fun of me when I try to say that word. Guys, I apologize. But for the meantime, we do see an Infestor. I'm so excited. Oh God. I think this is Gold League. I think that's what he told me. Gold League Infestor play is going to be so fun for me. I'm sorry, Zergrush, if I make fun of you. If something goes horribly wrong, I'm going to laugh at you. But we can all be friends still, right? Right, we can. I know we can. I'm answering the question for you. So the Overlord does spot this, and our Terran player is not doing anything about it. There's a free Overlord sitting right here. And so the Steam Machine, there he goes, finally noticing that. He's going to come in here. He's going to pick away at this Overlord. So over here, no more, one more infestor on the way. Burrow is also on the way, and a greater spire. So jumping headfirst into the tech, very ballsy. Not sure that would work for you in the higher league. But I mean, StarCraft is about risk taking, and sometimes that pays off, and sometimes it doesn't. I know I have 15 Nexus all the time, and I get away with it way more than I should. But that's just me. And so Zergrush is going to take a third, potentially? Is that what this looks like? That's what this looks like. Hitting the ×2 button just to speed things along, and yes, that was the third. So he's going to be a base ahead of the Terran player once again, and the Terran player pushing out with quite a few medevacs. Maybe even too many for the amount of bio that's here, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But the Banelings are going to do so much burst damage that the medevacs won't be able to keep up anyway. He's just got to keep his Marauders in front. These Banelings should not have engaged off creep like this, although I don't think they knew that the Marines were there. I don't think Zergrush knew that that was there. He was just moving his Banelings. But fungal growth does go down in the army. Nice fungal growth, actually, and the Lings come in here, take out a Marauder. Now, fungal growth does do bonus damage against these Marauders, but the Marauders will also do bonus damage against the Infestors. And without a scan, he can't find those Infestors. There is Corruptors out now. They will be able to freely kill these medevacs. But look at this, the hatchery is going to go down for Zergrush. He should almost use those drones to attack the Marauders while the Broodlings were out. But these will be able to turn into Broodlords and will be quite dangerous for Steam Machine. And Lings coming out with Infested Terran, more Lings, and long distance mining the natural. These Lings will be able to clean up the Marauders, and the Marauders will not be able to escape in the medevac because there are Corruptors here. However, the Corruptors are not chasing that medevac down. I'm not sure why. So good timing on this. He needs to be taking these drones that are long distance mining and send them over here. I mean, he built this. He might as well use it. He's got lots of money in the bank. You should also start at Queen. Start saturating this. Both players have a lot of money that they are not spending, and that's a sign of the lower level play. So you know, we'll benefit of the doubt. We'll give them. Yeah, and he's thinking about his third too. He's going to break down these rocks. This is a nice map for taking your third. I've always liked this Expo in particular. I feel really safe taking this a lot of the time. It is a long way away from your base, and of course you do have to put a building here, like a supply depot or a pylon, to spot your rocks, or an overlord if you're Zerg, to make sure they're not flanking you from the other side. And be wary of drops. Drops are important to think about too on this map if you're taking that third, because it is very long distance from your main and your production, and probably where most of your static defense is. Now here come the Broodlords. These supply depots are all free, and as long as the Zerg stays on this no man's land where there's no ground, no bio can get underneath them, and Vikings might come, but these Corruptors are so good against Vikings that they should be able to defend. That's the one wonderful thing about Broodlords, is they practically come with the unit that defends them, which is really good. So there's the Viking, and the Corruptors are going to come and destroy that Viking, but they need to pull back. These Broodlords need to get back, or they will be picked off by the bio. Now these Corruptors are going to go down to the bio. Oh no, he does get away. Very nice. And Broodlords are just going to come back, and they're going to long-range DPS down all the buildings that are sitting here. These are free kills, ladies and gentlemen. Now the Terran player is becoming severely supply blocked. He doesn't really know how to handle this. He's running back and forth in his base, and hopefully the Zerg player can work this to his advantage. He's just going to sit here and take the Broodlords to the face. And the Broodlords are in good position. There's really nothing the Terran player can do if he's sitting here. And we do see Lings coming for a run-by while the Terran Bio Ball is up here. Now, the blue player is going to lose all his Marines to this, and he does pick off that Corruptor who got away in the first place. And the Bio is just stuck shooting at all the Broodlings. The Broodlings aren't really getting many kills anymore, but now looks like they're going to. No, the Medevacs are keeping those Marines alive pretty well. And the Zerg player needs to commit to this. He needs to send these Lings in. There's free bio. There's ghosts here. I think the ghosts were for EMPs on Infestors. I'm not really sure. Now these Broodlords are in a bad place. They are in range of the Marines. If he's not careful, he will lose some Broodlords here. But no, the Broodlings are still keeping the bio at bay. He's getting a little brave here. He's putting his Broodlords onto onto ground, if you know what I'm trying to say. But this does give him the opportunity to take out the production from the Terran player. The Terran player is in a very bad situation. Although he could lift these off, he's not lifting these off. If he lifted these off, the Broodlords could no longer target them. However, the Corruptors could, but at least then the Corruptors would have to fly over the bio. But right now, this is looking, once again, terrible for Steam Machine, and he's not getting any smarter about dealing with it. If Zergrush focus fired the Marines, which I think he is now, yes, he's definitely focus firing the Marines, so good choice. He can eliminate that and then freely wander into the mid-ground because the Marauders obviously cannot attack him. Now here come the Banelings. He was saving those up. Gonna smash into these Marines. Oh, free ghosts, free Marines, going into the mineral line. No, he's trapped by a supply depot. Oh, and then he missed a SCV transfer. Oh, that could have gone so much better. Now there's a lot of Vikings. It seems that Steam Machine was saving them up, but they are rallied right here, and as soon as they spawned, they died. What an awful situation. That must have been so frustrating. So we are going to see a whole bunch more. Look at that, it was cooed up. No, ka-choo. No, we are going to see those pop and die again. I'm quite sure of it. Lots of Corruptors here still. Even more Broodlords. And here come the Corruptors to deal with those Vikings. Are the Vikings going to try to pick off the Corruptors or the Broodlords? And it looks like the Corruptors. We have no upgrades on the Vikings. No upgrades on the Infestors. He could be using that corruption ability. And their Steam Machine GG's. So congratulations to Zergrush, our user submitter, for winning this match. Well played, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching StarCraft Inc. and today is user submission day.